Nice shot.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quarter, and we've got some bubbling controversy going on. Disney over the weekend. I've got at least two topics that are pretty spicy. I hope that you're enjoying the content I put out on this channel. If you are, please always remember, leave a like, and if you haven't yet, there's a red subscribe button down below. I would greatly appreciate it if I earned your subscription today. Now, Disney has decided to rename Boba Fett's ship in Star Wars, like retconning. It will no longer use Slave One, and the actual actor, the original Boba Fett actor, has come out and absolutely blasted them for it. Lego news site Brick Fanatics reported earlier this weekend that according to Lego design director Jens Kronvold, Disney has requested a name to Boba Fett's ship, Slave One, though the designers didn't say specifically why. Really? Really? You couldn't possibly think why they might do this? One of the new LEGO Star Wars sets revealed that LegoCon is named a little differently than it had been in the past, with Disney helming the name change, Brick Fanatics reported. LEGO Star Wars 75-312 Boba Fett Starship will not carry the name the builders have recognized since its introduction into The Empire Strikes Back, ditching the Slave One moniker for a more generic title. It's bad enough that you're worried about retconning stuff like this, but it's even worse that you come up with a lazy replacement. Boba Fett appeared in the first of The Empire Strikes Back, the second installment but fifth episode of the original Star Wars trilogy. After years of speculation, the Disney Plus series of Mandalorian revealed that Fett was who supposedly didn't make it out of that film or make it out of the Return of the Jedi. In fact, lived through an ordeal in the planet Tatooine. His ship Slave One appears both in The Empire Strikes Back and The Mandalorian, and is likely to prominently feature in the character's own title, The Book of Boba Fett. But the iconic ship, Lego designers said in an interview, will likely bear a different name because it's just something Disney doesn't want to use anymore. Jens says, then the next one, also The Mandalorian, is Boba Fett's Starship. Michael says, yes, I built another. We're not calling it Slave One anymore. This is Boba Fett's Starship. Okay, are we dropping the Slave One name? Everybody is. It's probably not something which has been announced publicly, but it's just something Disney doesn't want to use anymore. I mean, why? This harkens back to the hilarity, like, you know, on hard drives have a master and a slave. Back in the day, you used to, for you old heads out there, when you had hard drives, there used to be a pin that you'd have to put, you'd label one master and then subsequent one slave, so the computer knew which one to boot from. In programming language, there's master and slave terminology, and all of this is being removed because white guilt. I don't know. By the way, black folks were not the only people to be enslaved. In fact, there are millions of slaves. This might shock some people who live in a bit of a bubble. There are millions of slaves right now. Right now. Disney has been engaged in something of a political correctness campaign across multimedia properties, warning parents that some of the company's older films contain stereotypes, putting those films off limits to Disney's users under 7 years old, updating, quote-unquote, classic films like The Little Mermaid and Snow White with multicultural casts, and refurbishing its theme park rides to rid them of stereotypes and problematic references. By the way, like, I am not out of hand against, like, if there's something that, like, clearly didn't age well, like, okay, fine. I'll never forget, I just, ahead of the Bill and Ted, the latest Bill and Ted movie, I rewatched the first Bill and Ted, and I definitely streamed it. I don't remember what service, but there's a moment where Bill and Ted are, like, rolling down the stairs, and then I think Bill thinks Ted is dead or something like that, and turns out that they're not, and they give a big hug. I think Keanu Reeves says he calls his friend the bundle of sticks words, the bundle of stick word. A word that was very common in the 90s. when I knew that word, of course it was a part of my vernacular as an 8th grader in the 90s, but it never really at least where I lived, it was never anything that had to do with like being gay. It was just like, you used it like call someone like an idiot or something like that. But that said, yeah, sure. If they had cut that word from the movie, I would have understood why. But a lot of this is like reaching beyond all reasonable, extensions. You see, at one point, Disney reportedly sought to pull Slave Leia merchandise from store shelves featuring Carrie Fisher's own iconic character in the metal bikini costume she wore in Return of the Jedi. Those plans appear to have been scrapped. The company did, however, fire actress Gina Carano from The Mandalorian after she posted conservative messages on social media. It is now pursuing a project through the Daily Wire. Never miss an opportunity to shill that, Daily Wire. But now, what's hilarious about this is the actual actor Boba Fett, who played Boba Fett, has absolutely demolished Disney for it. This via piratesandprincesses.net. It would appear that Disney is determined to completely erase the name of Boba Fett's ship from Slave One from Star Wars canon. And at least one Boba Fett actor is not happy about it. Mark Anthony Austin, who played Fett in the special edition of Star Wars A New Hope, took to Twitter, not the original actor, sorry, I misspoke, a Boba Fett actor, to express his displeasure at Disney's latest tinkering with canon. My ship will forever be the Slave One. Nothing, not even Disney, can change that. This is the way, tweeted Austin. You see this? And then in an early article, we reported that LEGO had changed the name. Of course, this not liking, that term. But what was interesting is that wasn't the only thing he tweeted. This via Bounding into Comics, covering it more deeply. You have, as for renaming the LEGO ship, Star Wars director Jens Kravenwald. Oh, this is LEGO. I don't care about LEGO's opinion. Okay, so we see here, my ship will forever be Slave One. Nothing, not even Disney, can change that. This is the way. And you see in a subsequent tweet, Austin wrote, when applying for personalized plates for my car, the DMV would not allow Slave One. Okay, I understand. Had to try. But I get it. This Disney idiocy, however, not buying it. Not conforming to the mouse, no siree. Not going to happen, he continued. He concluded, when I was growing up, I loved Disney. No more. He would then proceed to mock the apparent logic behind changing the name. He wrote, Death Star? Sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? Maybe tone it down a bit, eh? 6 star? Potentially dangerous star? Is that coming? And then he goes on. In a subsequent tweet, he added, Stormtroopers sound a bit violent, doesn't it? From now on, Stormtroopers will be reduced to Slight Rainfall Trooper. Austin also tweeted, Dear Disney, in regards to the Star Wars franchise, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Simple. While Slave One is no longer being used for LEGO and seemingly other Star Wars products featuring the ship, based on their explanation, the ship's name is still featured prominently on the Star Wars official website. One has to wonder if this change is a part of Bob Chapek's commitment to Disney values. If you recall back in 2021 annual shareholders meeting, Chapek was asked about the firing of Gina Carano. In his response, he declared, I don't only see Disney characterizing itself as left-leaning or right-leaning, yet instead of standing for values that are universal, values of respect, values of decency, values of integrity, and inclusion. Now, I think that there are many values that extend across whatever political aisles, you may be in. And I sure would love if, my modern-day entertainment companies wouldn't make people choose. I'm not sure. I would argue that this is probably just another, I wonder if he's deleted it, to be honest with you. I wonder. I think it's, let me just pull up his Twitter quick here. Oh, Mark Anthony Austin. That's right. And like, the funny thing is, like, people who, like, engage in this kind of stuff, oh, early stages of Slave One painting. Oh, he's really riding this, isn't he? You have Joker here. That no good bounty hunter is whining again. Yes, I'm whining. Whine, whine, whine. You see Boba Fett actor slams Disney for changing names of Slave One merch. I mean, well, he links. I don't know if he actually read the article because they were supporting you. Boba Fett actor Mark Anthony also reacts to Disney renaming Slave One. There's obviously going to be a lot of people that, how do I say, will support this, and then they will gaslight and say, like, well, if you don't like it, then you're obviously a racist. You can see nobody buy this misnamed merchandise. But you see, the name of a fake ship in a fake universe has been renamed to another fake name. Let's panic and be mad. This is gaslighting, right? If I went and looked at this, I'd be willing to bet this is like some overtly left-leaning website. And again, is it the end of the world? No. But the people who support it will be quick to gaslight and pretend like it's no big deal. But if the situation were reversed, they would be losing their minds. And then they wouldn't let you use the very same, it's a fake name in a fake world. Why are you mad about it? Hope you enjoyed this video. It will always be the Slave One to me.